This week coming up is going to be a very important week, and I think it should be very simple to trade if you are looking at the price action on the chart. And I want to talk about those critical levels for you today. So first, I want to look at SPY. We did have a very bullish week, and we did close near the high of the week up here right around resistance at 568. And remember, I have very simple guidance on SPY. As long as we are above this danger zone, and more specifically SPY 544, I do think we're still getting this V-shaped recovery that is going to take SPY higher towards 600. Now, with that being said, in the short term, there is definitely some room for small pullbacks along the way, but during a V-shaped recovery, just keep in mind the pullbacks are usually very shallow. So I'm not looking for anything huge here, even if we do start to pull back from this resistance. So to make this very simple on you, based on following price and price alone, we are only looking for SPY to start continuing higher if we can get out above 568. If we can't get out above 568, I think there's a very good chance that we get a minor pullback towards 555. And that minor pullback is still likely going to be another higher low as we continue this V-shaped recovery towards 600. So if you're already long and you don't mind holding through minor pullbacks and you still expect us to go higher, I would not even worry about these minor pullbacks. But if you are a very short-term trader and you are looking to be very tactical about every single price action move throughout every single day, then pay very close attention to SPY 568 because we could get a shallow pullback from that level. Now, longer term, if we continue to hold above 544, I am still expecting SPY to continue higher, which gives us plenty of room for a pullback within this zone, with the very critical supports during a pullback at 555, 551, and 544. Remember what I said before, if we cannot hold above 544, I do believe this is a market that I would be getting risk off in, because it is still possible this is all just a counter trend rally within a larger degree downtrend, but I would wait for price to prove that, which would be the breakdown below 544. So as long as we're above 544, we are pushing higher towards 600. Short term, if we can't break above 568, look for a minor pullback, which is more than likely going to hold above 544 and continue higher towards 600. That's how I view the market. That is exactly what I'll be focusing on as the week progresses, with the very critical resistance to pay attention to at one very clear, well-defined level at 568. Now, for the month of April, which is now in the books, we had a very volatile market. And from the close in March, April was down about 1%. And as you can tell from the wick on the monthly candle, there was a ton of volatility. And over in my service, TSC Trade Alerts, where you can follow my exact buy alerts for the percent allocations that I am taking for the TQQQ and SQQQ, we were up over 27% in the month of April. And I said in April, it was a great time to be a member because during market volatility is the best time to be a trader, because traders take advantage of volatile market swings, whereas investors usually just have to hold through them. So up over 20% for a very volatile month, and year to date we are currently up double digits, up over 11% year to date, while the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100 are still negative year to date and nowhere near all-time highs, while our trading accounts are sitting at brand new all-time highs. This is the benefit of being a trader. And one thing I want to highlight right now is this is actually a great time to be trading. So if you've been considering the alert service, now is going to be a very great time to take advantage of it, because I do think in this zone, we could get lots of volatility and lots more great trades. So while I do think we're going higher, volatility is always a trader's friend, because if we weren't getting volatility, you would just be much better off being an investor that is just holding. But the more volatility we get, the more opportunity that is for us as traders. Jumping over to the Nasdaq 100 triple Qs. Again, we had a very bullish week. We closed near the high of the week, and we did close above a resistance right here at 486. But just like SPY, I think there's a very good chance, even if we do go a little bit higher, that we could get a shallow pullback into this zone at 477. Even if we are going to continue higher, I think that would be a very healthy pullback to continue a very strong push higher. Remember, in the triple Qs, I'm looking for us to push all the way into the 520s and 530s, but that doesn't mean we can't have a pullback first. So I'd be watching for a pullback in this zone, which is right here, right around the 490s, because the 490s is exactly where we saw sellers back there in March. So it is very likely we could get a little bit more selling before we get more buyers at a higher low and continue to push higher. So this is just a general guideline. There's obviously plenty of ways this can play out, but longer term, we are staying bullish for higher prices above 462. I really think it's that simple. That gives us plenty of room for pullbacks. So obviously there's plenty of room for trading and volatility along the way. Take advantage of that as traders. Don't be scared of it. Just have a plan focused on price action, and don't be over leveraged in either direction as a trader. Just embrace the volatility and understand longer term we are probably still trending higher, regardless of all of the fear mongering going going on in all of the news that is currently trying to tell you otherwise. Pullbacks are healthy, they're completely welcomed into all bull trends, and pullbacks are opportunities to take advantage of buying the dip as long as we can hold above critical support. And all that means is we just simply need to follow the chart and stay objective and have a trade plan based on the price action. Remember, price action is king. I couldn't care less what anybody thinks the market is going to do. I couldn't care less what anybody thinks the news is going to say. And I definitely couldn't care less about people saying that the market is going to crash, because we know more often than not, those people are dead wrong. So continue to be objective price action traders, and I believe you will do very well in this market. And remember, if you want to come absolutely destroy this market and be up double digits year to date, absolutely obliterating the market, which is still negative year to date, then you can come trade with me and navigate this market like a professional and get the exact buy and sell alerts that I am taking for the percent allocations of the TQQQ or the SQQQ. You can find out how to join TSC Trade Alerts by clicking on the link in the description of this video. So thank you for watching, everybody. Now go crush this market.